Hello everyone. So this video is just like an explanation of a previous video that I have on my channel because people keep asking a lot for a schematic. Now the video that they're asking about is this one, the Arduino School project with step motor. This is like a chain or a belt uh, driven for to move objects, and then they get like sorted based on color. So let me just explain a little bit the project and how it works. So just to show. So what we have here is we have a belt. We have some axes here that are like the belts can move on, and they rotate. So they freely rotate. There are some bearings here, I believe. I don't remember very well because it's been a long time. And of course, here you need some driving unit. We have a stepper motor here, and I believe it's driving a gear over here using a belt. So it's set off to the side here, and the driven axle is here. Basically, what we have is some sensors here for obstacle sensors. Basically, we are using like I'm going to show this later on AliExpress. So an IR sensor with two LEDs, two IR LEDs, an emitter and a receiver. So whenever a object is in front of it with in a proximity range, it will detect it. Basically, the program, how we set the program is whenever you find an object in front of this first sensor here, you would stop you would stop the belt, meaning you control the motor, the stepper motor to stop in order to give time to the sensor color that we have hanging from here. You can see the wires here, and it has 4 LEDs to illuminate the object very well in order to see the color by the sensor in the middle. So it sees the color, it registers that color in the program, and then it knows which color is assigned to each servo motor here. So as I said, the belt will start moving again by the stepper motor, of course. And for example, if we have like the red is going to be the last one, then we will wait until, because we have like three other sensors here, we'll wait until the red associated sensor is detected. And of course, we are setting this up where we have implemented everything to be like within the reach of the servo. So whenever it stops, it will be thrown by the servo. Normally, like we are like imagining that we have some baskets here or whatever container that you have, then it's going to be thrown in there, and that way you will sort. This is like a miniature version, of course, just to prove the concept, and like it's a school project just to get the hang of the electronics and programming and all of that. So controlling all of this, if I remember well, is an Arduino Mega that we've got hidden over here. We have the Arduino Mega controlling the servos directly because they don't need a whole lot of power or a whole lot of amps. They just work in milliamps. Yeah, and the objects were made like light, just using like a. Okay, just to show you a little bit like the. So here I'm just showing you like the kind of sensor that we use. I believe we use this one here. All right. Then the obstacle, the IR sensors. You can look for that. Yeah, something like this or this for that matter. Yeah, the one that has like an emitter and receiver, something like this. Not this one. This is like a temperature change sensor or motion sensor. This one is for remote, so not this one, but rather this one because like it has, you can set the range using this potentiometer here. That's the IR sensor, and I showed you the color sensor. The stepper motor is very obvious. Uh, I can check. You can get any stepper motor that you like. Not these small ones, but rather like some kind of NEMA 17 or something like that, or even bigger. Depends on the load that you are going to put on it with the belt, and then you need to tune all of that. The other thing is the driver, stepper driver. So there are multiple stepper drivers. You can just use one of these small ones. You can use a TMC one for the motor to be a bit silent. You can also use these bigger ones if you want to have like a whole lot of room for amps and control. And there is another one that I'm familiar with, the L2998. Yeah, this guy. This guy over here is also very known and used. You can basically use this for DC motors or for stepper motors. If you use it with DC motors, you can use two. Motor, a bipolar one, use it for one only. Uh, what else? Yeah, the servo motors. Servo motors. Yeah, these ones are. This is what we use to. These basically can be like can sometimes like not work very well. So you might end up using like these ones that are more robust than these. So these are all the basic components. Of course, an Arduino Mega is very known. Okay, so what exactly do we have? What we have is that we have the Arduino controlling the stepper driver, which in turn controls the stepper motor, and then this will rotate the belt, so the belt is going to be moving continuously, right? So you have all the IR sensors are connected as well to the Arduino right there, all of them. You can just take all of the sensors, yep, and goes to the Arduino. The servos as well. Sorry for this whole messy kind of sketch, but this is how it's all connected. And of course, the color sensor is also going to the Arduino. Yeah, one thing I forgot to mention is the supply. Okay, I'll get to that later. But for now, we have the IR sensors are connected to the Arduino, as I mentioned before. So the belt is like turning continuously. This is like the normal state, all right? And now, when we have an object like this one, this sensor here detects an object, then it stops the motor or the Arduino program will tell the stepper driver to stop the motor so that we have the belt is stable and the object is fixed here under the color sensor. The color sensor, we're just giving it some time in order to detect the color because it's not very fast. And once it detects the color, it's the program has registered the color. It will order again the stepper motor to make the belt drive, and then now we know the color of the object, and then it will go until the corresponding IR sensor is detected. For example, if it was green, and then we have this is for the green, then it will stop at this, and then the servo will throw it away to the corresponding position. So this is very simple. It's nothing fancy at all. About the power supply, I don't remember very well, but we have. But normally you would have like the external power supply for the motor and stepper driver. So the stepper driver actually will have some pins dedicated for the supply, the external supply. That you will have a common ground with the Arduino, and the Arduino will have its own supply. And I believe for the other, like the IR sensors and the color, are definitely like they can be powered by the Arduino directly. For the servos, I'm not very sure. I think they can be as well, but I think from a safety point of view, we just added another supply because these cannot be might not be the same. So this usually is 5 volts, and then the stepper is going to be like 12 or 24 or something like that. So yeah, we have like a third power supply for the servos, and of course you make sure the grounds are common in order to have like a single reference for your circuit. So this is basically it. And then for the program, I don't remember what I had put the program, but it's pretty easy. So you would go to servo motor basics with Arduino. You can go to instructables or Arduino or the multiple videos that can be found on YouTube. So it's explaining here the hardware, the schematic. So you can see here the schematic. We have the signal here. We have an external power supply here, just to be like to get the things professionally done and also safely done. You have a capacitor here to stabilize the voltage because of the coils in the motor can generate of some kind of noise or something like that. I believe that's why. You can read through the article or check any other video that talks about this. And now you know how to control the servo. Same thing for the IR sensor, for the color sensor, that is. Okay, let's look for color sensor, Arduino, and you have some videos around here. See if we can find an article. Okay, we have something here. So you can see here, it's like an explanation of the theory behind the sensor, and then you have the circuitry here. This is actually not the one we have, because the one we had in a breakout board, but this is like discrete components that are used here. Let's see if they have anything else. Anyway, yeah, there's the other sensor. So basically, you would check how that works. See how to mechatronics, yeah. Okay. So you have some theory here, and then you got the schematic, how to connect it to the Arduino. You have here the outputs, the LED, and the pins, or the supply pins, and the data pins, all of the things you need, and then you have the code. So what you do finally is then you combine all the code. You first like try to make everything work individually, and then you would combine everything, then put the code, like combine the code and optimize it a little bit for all the components to work together seamlessly. because something might work individually, but then when you combine it with something else, it might be like there is a contradiction or something. So you need to be aware of that, and then you're gonna test the whole thing together, and you optimize the code until you get like a good working project. So this is basically what we done in this project, and I hope this is helpful. And never mind about the messy sketching here. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for watching.